Hey everybody, this is Clinton Rock Jones talking on Coda Vault. How you all keeping? Right now we've got the World Cup football on and it's quite enjoyable at the moment, and I'm also suffering from a little bit of a sore throat and cough. Just hope it gets better by the end of the week. I think it came about due to the cold weather we've been having, but I'll try my best not to do a lot of coughing or anything like that. I thought I'd talk a little bit about music and relationships in this episode. It's one that a lot of us have often talked about. Musicians are often opinionated people, strong feelings about the music they create and the way it should be performed. I've seen this lead to conflict with other musicians as well as fans and critics. This can sometimes find its way into relationships, and in some cases may not end well. If you look at the breakdown of the average musician, a lot of the time will be spent rehearsing and practicing, then going out to do 3 to 5 shows a week. I know that in between that, when I'm home, I spend a lot of time practicing by myself and working on new melodies, scales and songwriting. As I progressed, I hardly had time to go out and do anything social. That became a rarity. I've also noticed that a lot of creative people are inherently challenging to be around, because what makes them good at their craft can also be debilitating in nearly every other setting, like dating. When I work with a band, I don't really want anyone else in the room. That includes family, friends and children. I prefer an intimate setting. It works best for me. I can be more upfront and personal, and I can get more out of the band. If anyone outside that circle wants to come and see the band, they can come to the show. It's hard to concentrate on what you're doing when you've got children running around and the other half coming around because they're bored at home, or friends just coming down because they want to hang out. The atmosphere just becomes lost. What we really need is that personal connection with each other, and the time to share that with others is while we're on stage. That's when we welcome the positive feedback from the audience. Just to let you know, the persona of a musician is not always a reflection of who they are as a person. Musicians and artists often put on a show for their fans. This rarely represents who they are off stage. Many times I've gone to the venue, set up, sound checked, everything is sounding good, and I go into the dressing room and chill out for a while with the rest of the band. As I'm sitting down there, I'm slowly getting into character in some of the cases, with my guitar ready, and I just can't wait to go out there and play out my fantasies. I'm raring to go and play with the audience, romance them, have a good time with them, party with them, and get intimate with them. And for good measure, they'll want seducing, so I'll seduce them as well. Many times I love having a good relationship with the audience when I'm on the stage. Off stage, if I was to go to the high street or any pub or establishment that did that, I would have been thrown out and banned a long time ago from many of them. But again, that's my on-stage character. Off stage, I just go back to my normal setting. Well, depends what normal is really. Having that character on stage is part of the entertainment. It's where I felt free as well. And the thing is, as I come off stage, people become attached to the character that I portrayed there. If I can slip through the back door, yeah, get away and get home, that's cool. But hanging about, basically had to keep that character going until I got home really. I had to get used to the fact that people fell in love with the character off stage as well as on stage. Having previously been involved in art and fashion designing has helped me become more creative and artistic on stage. Back in the day, there was a lot of people that didn't even know that I was into music, and these were people I worked with and girls I dated. To me, the guy that they knew and the guy that was on stage were two different people. Another thing, being in a relationship with someone who's really understanding does help. Being creative and artistic doesn't stop you from being understanding either. I guess it could cause issues if I was to date someone who was insecure and had jealous tendencies. If that's really the case, then dating a musician shouldn't be on their agenda. The last thing any musician or artist needs is to worry about who they're singing with, how they perform on stage, what they write about. It's a liability really, it's a lot of restrictions there. Not really an area you want to get into. I do find dating other artists and musicians rather stimulating. I mean, what do musicians do? We talk about music and we'd want to find out what makes you tick and vice versa, what makes me tick. And the relationship can be quite musical in a way. I don't mean with playing instruments or anything, but I'm just talking about the rhythm of the flow and the actual structure. Both of you creating a natural harmony and being so much in tune with each other. That attraction would have started from the time when we first heard each other perform. This, of course, will become more intensified as you start to respect each other's natural talent, as well as the commitment, the love of music, the journey, and the passion for music. Like everywhere else, there's some great relationships within the entertainment industry, and there's some disastrous ones as well. There's lots more I could cover on this subject. I'll leave that for another broadcast. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I'll be back next week with another topic. You all take care, have a great week. This is Clinton Rock Jones, and you've been listening to Coda Vault.